Hey guys, I'm out here on the range today. I want to show you how the adjustable Rimfire spinner works. This target's been out for some time now at the filming of this video, and I never really gave a good explanation of what the slotted arms are for. Things kind of get away from you, but I'm out here today to show you exactly how it works. So downrange, at 50 yards, I have two spinners. One on the left, the one with the orange paint or the yellow paint has the targets all the way out. The one on the right has the targets all the way in. They're both 4-inch targets on the top, 5-inch targets on the bottom. They're just the basic circles to demonstrate the point of how the balance and the leverage works on this target. See what it looks like side by side. I'm going to engage both targets, just one after the other, and you can see the difference. All right, 3 impacts and we're over. That's as it should be. All right, I'm going to shoot the right one and hope I don't have my camera mount. It's awfully close up there. Okay, so that one took 3 as well.
All right, to better illustrate this point, I edited the footage of both of these spinners together so that way they are receiving their first round impacts at the exact same time to show you how they work. Now, although both spinners take 3 impacts to get the target to spin over, you can see that the one on the right actually moves more quickly. Its targets are closer to the axis, so it spins a little bit faster, so you're going to have to be back on target more quickly if you want to keep the momentum up. So one on the left spins a little bit slower, one on the right you can see spins a little bit faster. So that's the difference between these two targets in action and how you can adjust them to get the desired challenge that you want from the spinner.
All right, so downrange here, got the at one of the targets. This is the one with the full extent. So I'm going to change the balance on this one. I'm going to move the bottom target all the way up. So all I got to do, and you can see here, this is the slot. There's little notches in here, so that way if you get like a kind of a setting, so to speak, that you like, I want it, second notch from there with this size plate, gives you a reference point on here so you can always put it back the way you got it. So all I got to do is loosen up these 2 bolts. Don't take them all the way off, just loosen them. Then I can slide it in the slot and retighten them. All right, simple as that. So doing that on this one causes the balance to be really close to the center. By moving that bottom plate up, it still allows the spinner to move properly. It's still heavier on the bottom, but it's a lot closer to being balanced, so it moves a lot slower. It's a lot more forgiving. It gives you a really slow action. I'm going to take the other one and do the opposite. So I'm going to have it balance so that way it's all the way down. It's as far out of balance as you can get it by having the top one all the way down, bottom one all the way down. That puts it really bottom heavy. All right, so as I explained while I was adjusting the target, the one on the left is going to be as balanced as it can get. The one on the right is going to be as unbalanced as it can get. So I'll go ahead and shoot the one on the left like most people like to do, engaging the bottom only. Two rounds. So in this configuration, the balance is a bit too easy on this one. So I'm going to engage that top target. From a dead standstill, it doesn't go over in quite 1, 2. So that one spins really easy. I would like to have it set up so that way it took 3 impacts in the bottom. You can get with the top one having more leverage, being farther away from the center. That should probably spin in 2, spin nice and slow. Works really well if you're in want to put somebody in a precarious position, or you want to do really long range. I might patch in some footage of me shooting at 220 yards where it gets a lot trickier to get the timing down. The target isn't huge, and then you're shooting from a long distance, so you're trying to get your timing right. So it moving slowly and being a little bit easier to spin is really beneficial from that aspect. But that's what those notches are for. This one, this size target, so it's going to be different depending on the mass of the target. So the bigger the target, the easier it is to hit, but the harder it is to spin because there's more mass that you have to get moving. So having that one set up like that just kind of shows you the extent at which you can adjust it. But if I were running a match, I would take that bottom paddle and I would move it down a little bit, not all the way down to where it was, but somewhere in between there, you could get that balance right. So that way it spins in the number of hits that you want it to at that given range. Oh, did that go over? No, I don't think so. I'm going to give it another one. There we go. So now let's check out the other one, which is unbalanced as it can get, and see how many rounds that takes. So you can see it moves a lot quicker. Oh, caught it there. So we've got spun in 4. But you can see how much more quickly it doesn't keep spinning and spinning. It spun just a couple times and it's already back down to settling out. So it moves really quickly. It keeps its momentum because once you get that going, it's really unbalanced and it just wants to sit there and rock for a long time, as you can see in the camera. But it takes more impacts to get, and it moves a lot faster. So if you're in a stable position, you can set it up something like that. Heck, you could even play with the plates as well. I've got these just one size apart. You could offset that even more by putting the 3-inch target on top, the 5-inch on the bottom, get more of an offset and make it even worse. So just some of the things you can do with the adjustability on the target. It makes it more versatile instead of just kind of having one thing it can do and limited stages you can use it on. With the adjustability, you can do all sorts of different stuff. That's a lot of fun and mixes it up for the shooters and makes it kind of fun for the RO. So you guys can check this out and a lot of other really cool stuff at atlastargetworks.com.